Hi, everyone, and welcome to Ship Talk. My name is Nathan, Marketing Director here at Logistic, where we help businesses control and reduce shipping costs. And today I'm joined by Logistics Corporate Director of Parcel Rate Services, Brian.
What's up, Nate?
Brian, what's going on?
Same old stuff. Just helping customers get better contracts.
Well, you know what? You stole my line. Today we are going to be talking about improving parcel rates and why analytics are so important for allowing a shipper to improve their parcel rates. So one of the most effective ways a shipper can reduce their rates is by improving their contracted rate.
Right.
Okay, so there is some truth to that.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's just jump right into it. How can a shipper improve their contracted rate?
The best way is to obviously hit up the carrier for a revised contract. That's the easiest way, right? It's not the best way. Just go straight to the carrier and say, hey, I want better rates. What does that mean, right? Or I need better rates, whatever the case is, right? That's not always going to be the best method, but obviously it is a method. Go back to the carrier and just say, hey, looks like I'm paying more. I want you to look at my contract and I need some changes made.
So that in general is what we call contract optimization.
Yeah, kicking off a contract optimization by, basically tapping the carrier on the shoulder and asking them for some changes.
So what are some of the biggest things that a shipper should look for when they enter that optimization or negotiation, as we call it sometimes?
Well, there's a lot of background, right? So as far as analytics goes, you definitely want to have a pulse on what it is you're shipping, and not necessarily the product itself, but the actual boxes, what makes up the profile of your shipments, right? So the weight, the size, the density, the number of packages you're shipping out, the different service levels you're using, and then what kind of minimum charges you have in place right now, and then the discounts obviously as well. Do you have discounts on, obviously on the service levels, but also what surcharges are you being impacted by, and do you have discounts on those? And if you don't, which surcharges should you be asking discounts for because you're impacted by some more than others? And then there's also the minimum charges as well for, let's say, on ground. If you have a lot of lightweight ground packages, you want to make sure your minimum is reduced in a way that you get as much of the discount in the 1 to 5, 6 to 10 pound range, as much of that discount as you can grab by having a reduced or adjusted minimum.
Okay, so you just listed off a number of characteristics that encompass a shipper's profile, as we like to call it.
Yep.
So can you explain or elaborate a little bit on how Logistic helps a company understand their shipping profile?
Sure. By logging into the platform, as long as you've got your account numbers or your accounts tied to the platform where we're actually ingesting your data, you can go through the platform, run a myriad of reports. I don't know how many perspectives we've got now, but there's several perspectives where you can actually see the average cost per package by service level, by surcharge, average weights, actual versus billed weights, and you pull down and run all kinds of reports, anything you need in order to really know what is going on with your shipping, so that you're well armed when you're going and asking the carrier to revise your contract. Because it's one thing to say, hey, I need a better contract, or I want a better contract. But it's another thing to say, hey, I see that this, and this have increased, and it's because of this, and this, and I need you to do this, and this. Specific to these surcharges, I need this, and this because I've seen an increase in these. And through the logistic platform, you can definitely see all of that information and pull it down, and be ready for any sort of negotiation or contract optimization discussion you're having with your carriers.
So really giving you much better understanding, fuller portrait of, hey, if I make a change over here, it's not going to affect something over here. And,
Right.
and knowing that if the carrier concedes to something, you're actually getting a discount. It's
Right.
not something that you're in the long run, you're going to be paying more.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want the carrier to play a shell game or come back with a contract where you're trying to figure out, okay, what exactly do you do? If you know the information on the front end, what you need and what you ask for specifically, then you'll know what they're giving you on the back end as well.
So if someone is looking to enter a contract optimization or negotiation, as we sometimes call it, how do they do that? How can they start with Logistic?
Well, the easiest way is to connect your carriers to the platform, let the system ingest some data, and then come back to the platform a day or two later and start running reports. And then from there, take a look at that compared to your contract. And then and then go from there. And if you need help negotiating your contract, we're also available for that as well. There's a service that we have that's a contract optimization service that we help customers actually negotiate their contract for them, or with them, I should say.
Well, Brian, thanks for the insight on contract optimization and
Yeah.
why analytics are so important for someone to get a good understanding of who they are as a shipper before they even enter the optimization
Yes.
period. Awesome. For more information on how you can join thousands of other shippers in controlling and reducing shipping costs, go to logistic.com. That's www.logistic.com. Create your free logistic account today and send cost packing. Until next time, take care.